Okay, guys, good morning. We're going to work on fractions today. I'm going to give everyone a couple more minutes. I got on a little bit early. So if you're on, hang with me. We'll start here in about a minute. Okay. All right, guys. Like I said, good morning. One thing I want to look at, when you see a fraction over here, usually there's two numbers. There's a top number and the bottom number. And the top number is called the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. One way to remember that is what I always used to do is you see this D in the denominator. D means down. So the bottom number is the denominator, and that's going to be the key number for us when we're adding and subtracting fractions. Because if the denominator is the same, we can just do a straight addition problem. Okay. And when it's different, then we're going to do a little more work, but we'll get to that maybe the next couple of days. But for today, when you see an adding or subtracting fractions and the denominator or the bottom number is the same, we just subtract the top number or add the top number. Okay, so what that's going to look like is, so right here, if we have 1/4 plus 2/4, we can just go ahead and, like I said, the denominator is the same. You see 4 and 4. So all we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just add the top number, the numerator. So 1/4 plus 2/4 is 3/4. And I gave you the visual because what this would look like if we have 1/4 of the pie here and then half of the pie here. If we add them together, we're going to have 3/4 or 3/4 of the pie. Okay, so that's really when we see the denominator is the same, just go ahead and add the top numbers. But I wanted to give you the visual to see what it looks like. Okay, let's do another one here. We'll use, let's use fifths. So we'll try to break this into fifths. One, two. So each of this is a fifth. So if we see, let me do the black here. We'll do this is 2/5. And this one is 1/5. And the key is we're going to see that the denominators are the same. Oops. 5 and 5 are the same. So we know we just had to add the numerators. And what that's going to give us is 3/5. So if we did a visual over here, this isn't perfect, I apologize, but we color in 3 of the fifths. So you have 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 3/5. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now I want to show you subtraction is exactly the same. We'll go back to quarters. So let's say this one is 3/4. So we're going to say it's 3/4. And we're going to minus, we'll say 1/4. So in essence, all we're doing is we're subtracting 1/4 from this one over here. So one way you can think about it, if you're individuals, if we just erase one of the fourths, we're going to be left with 2/4. And this one, basically, you guys, we can do the denominators are the same, the down numbers are the same. They're both 4, so we're just going to subtract the numerator. So 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay. You guys, when we're doing adding and subtracting and the denominator is the same, it's really straightforward. Okay. It's just you're going to subtract across the numerator's top number. Let's do one without a visual, just so you guys get an idea. So if I did, let's say 2/11 plus 5/11, you're going to see, you're going to be like, okay, the denominator is the same, so it's just a straightforward addition problem. We're going to do the 2 plus the 5, and that's going to be 7/11. Similar, if we do a subtraction problem, if I do 2/5 minus 1/5, you guys see the denominator is the same, so we're just going to do a subtraction problem. 2 minus 1 is going to be 1/5. Okay, so it's important, you guys, when we're doing fractions, you want to see that if the denominator is the same, we're in really good shape. Then it's just a straight addition or subtraction problem. And I gave you some of these visuals because sometimes it's, it's when you're picturing kind of like the pie or this, sometimes you get a better idea exactly what a fraction is. Remember, like yesterday, I said a fraction is just part of a whole, okay? And for example, you think of it this way, this whole thing would be 1. Or another way to think of it is if I colored all these in, that's 1/4, that's going to be 2/4, that's going to be 3/4, and that's going to be 4/4. Another way you could say it is 4/4. But 4/4 is the same as 1. Okay, it's one whole, but each one of the sections is a fourth. But if we add them all together, it'd be 4/4, which is the same as 1. Just like similar, if you have 4 quarters, you have 25 cents, 25 cents, 25 cents, and 25 cents, you have 4 quarters, but 4 quarters is the same. That would be 4/4, but 4 quarters is the same as $1, one whole. So just a way for you guys to think about, sometimes I know with money, it's easy. Like if we also did dimes, so if we did 10 cents, 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 excuse me, 10 cents, 10 cents, 10 cents, and 10 cents. You have 10 dimes. So that would be 10 dimes over 10 dimes. But that's the same as $1. So if we add all these parts up and they equal 10, that's going to be $1. Okay, so a fraction is just part of a whole number. All right, so you guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to post just some practice. We'll just do some addition today. I'll give you a couple more visuals. Tomorrow, we'll get into what we do when we have different denominators, because when you have different denominators, adding and subtracting, we've got to do one more step, but we'll worry about that tomorrow. Hey guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.